Hi, Taurus. Welcome to your year in review for 2024. What I'm going to do is I'm going to break them down by seasons. And I was going to do like the whole 12 months in one reading, and I thought that's just going to be overwhelming. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break them down, and we're going to do winter. So January, February, March, because that's not everyone's winter, but January, February, and March. That's what we're going to look at today. Um, we're looking we're looking on what's going to happen in our universal year 8. So I wrote some things down just to real quick explain to you what the 8 means, what it means for us. 8 is associated with wealth, power, and influence, ambition, capable, and strong. So think of all those things. It may be a time of huge transformation, um, but you should embrace that. I feel like whatever transformation's coming, it's meant to come. So try to embrace it if you can. Think big. Think big. Set your goals high and reach for the stars this year, 2024. I'm not kidding. A universal year 8 is really about the material world and those who come with a life path 8. That's what you're here for. You're here to create the best material world that you can. Now, I want to say, as I create wealth, there's also an energy of giving. So, if I create a lot of wealth for myself, then I definitely want to give back. That can only help you. Um, what else? Oh yes, there may be in a year 8, rises and falls. But what I want you to keep in mind is anytime there's a fall, there will be a rise, with your effort, but there will be a rise. So, I don't think it's anything major we need to worry about, but it could just be like I put a lot of effort into something and it was doing really well. And then for a couple days, it's like nothing. Hang in there, or, I'm thinking like in my tarot business, sometimes I'll look at a thumbnail and be like, okay, maybe I should change that. So I feel like, wherever the fall is, the answers will come to you to help you rise again. And I'm just picking that up intuitively. Share the love, share the wealth. 8 is the number of infinity, no beginning, no end, and it's also the energy of new beginnings. So keep all that in mind. Ultimately, it's about capitalizing on all that's occurred over the previous 7 years. Remember that we go in 9-year cycles. Well, next year will be universal year 9, and then we move into that 1 year. So next year, our cycle ends. So you definitely want to think about the last 7 years. Where have I put my energy? What have I wanted to create? What do I want to bring to the world? Because again, this is about, you know, maybe your work life, we could say. This is kind of what it feels like. Um, so what you want to do is you want to integrate the lessons and the experiences so that you can make the best use of them, again, before we enter into that 1 year. But allow yourself to embark on new adventures. I feel like that's a big thing. Allow yourself to embark on new adventures. Be the fool as much as you can be. This is a time to stand on your own 2 feet, and doing that brings you power, inner power, outer power, but a real sense of power now. Use it for good. Use it for good. And ultimately, this is a year to get comfortable with your success, whatever that may be. And again, it doesn't have to mean that I'm going to make $1 million, though I will not leave that off the table. But maybe I'm starting a new business. Maybe I'm starting to see the fruits of my labor, that type of thing. So, all right, let's get into your reading. So we're going to break down January, then we'll break down February, then we'll break down March. And then sometime before Well, probably in January I'll start doing the spring ones. But we are going to start with Mother Mary. Get Mother Mary's words of wisdom. One more shuffle. And let's give them a cut. Okay. Blessings. Interesting because I feel like I've only done Aries so far with the year in review, and I feel like this is what they got. So I find that interesting. By the way, all my cards are pre-shuffled. I mean, I spend quite a bit of time shuffling the cards, making sure they're in the upright, infusing our energy, inviting in our guides, all that. So, though I do shuffle them with you here also. Um, I don't know why I'm telling you all that right now. So, blessings. Today, I count my blessings small and large, and I notice the new gifts that come to me from God. Today, I count my blessings, small and large, and I notice the new gifts coming to me from God. Blessings. Amen. All right. So we are going to start with the Universal Tarot and we are going to look at January. Right out the gate. Right out the gate of 2024 for Taurus. January. Let's give him a cut. And the reason why I did shuffle them so well is because I am going to pull off the top. So, shall we begin? All right, let me bring the lid down a little bit. Wow. Hello, Six of Pentacles. It's a beautiful energy to start with, because first of all, this is a very compassionate type energy. It is asking you, know who you're giving to. Am I giving to someone to give them a hand up? Or are they just taking it and like a hand out? So, a very compassionate energy. This is really thinking about the underdog. It's interesting because my last statement, get comfortable with success, share the love, share the wealth. That's kind of what you're doing in the Six of Pentacles. This person just came from the Five of Pentacles, which means that some type of tower action happened in their own lives. So, they took that energy and they used it to their advantage in some way. All right, let's keep going. We have the Two of Pentacles. So there's a question coming up. There's a question. The Emperor. Interesting. The Emperor came out in Aries reading. Is card of Aries, or Aries Major Arcana. And it's interesting because it's mirroring the Six of Pentacles. Some of you, like you're questioning whether you should start your own business. You're questioning, where to put your time, where to put your effort, that type of thing. Some of you, you may decide to start like, I don't know, this is probably the wrong word, but I feel like a side hustle that may ultimately become, what you do for a living. The emperor is a leader of the people, but he leads through his experience. I've been there. I've done that. I've walked your shoes. And I'm going to try to help you to rise above. Three of Wands, very optimistic view of the future. This is saying to the universe, like, I know that my blessings will come in. I know that. And I'm going to let go of control of exactly when they come in. And just knowing that if I keep myself optimistic, if I try to have an optimistic view of my present and future, well, then I kind of just feel like, I don't know, like I'm feeling like, okay, I know that they'll come in. Some of you, because you're giving and because you're giving souls, I feel like there's rewards in that for you also. And I mean, look at that, 6 down to a 3. I mean that I shouldn't say 6 down to a 3 because both of these are great cards. I forget what I was just saying. The Chariot. We're in the year of the Chariot. Chariot talks about balance. This is a year we do need balance. Chariot's also, to me, a reward. Why? Because I feel like you couldn't handle the chariot otherwise. I feel like in the chariot's energy, what we want to remember, it's our intentions that move this chariot. It's not the reins. Our intentions tell the horses where to go, or the sphinxes, or whatever, where to go. This one kind of seems like not moving at the moment, but I feel like that's temporary. I feel like it's not moving because it's coming under the Two of Pentacles. So first I'm questioning. Two Pentacles is called the Juggler's card. So maybe you're wondering again if you can fit something in. But I also feel like it's about using your logical mind. So, deciding something, but using that logical mind that you have. Card of Cancer, by the way. And I probably already said this, but we're in the year of the Chariot. So I have a feeling this is moving us out of 2023 into 2024, and hello, Fool. Perfect energy to take on for next year. I'm saying next year because I'm doing these a little early. Fool is free and clear. Some of you are really taking a chance, and I feel like, again, you may be creating your own business or you're becoming the leader. Maybe it's been a while. And listen, maybe you're starting at the beginning. I'm seeing that 0 again. Like, that also reminds me infinity, no beginning, no end. And to me, that means it's something you're meant to do. I like that the foal's looking right back at the chariot. Like, I'm ready. I'm ready. The fool has reflected, let's just say, on the last 7 years, and now is ready to take a new adventure, is now ready to take a leap of faith. The fool has a very optimistic view of what may be. All right, let's keep going. We have Judgment, your spiritual team, calling you to the present moment because there's about to be a rebirth. So that optimistic view that you've had, I feel like it has served you well. I feel like, we're going to enter into 2024 and immediately you're going to start feeling, listen, you're either going to start making changes, you're going to start feeling that you want to make changes. Some of you may already be on your way, but this could talk about adding new, like, avenues into what you do. I feel like the chariot is unlimited potential, so keep that in mind. This is truly about unlimited potential, even if there's rises and falls. Judgment, your spiritual team, I need your attention. Why? Because we're going to send some signs in. And with these signs, they're going to lead you to somewhere. Maybe somewhere that only your wildest imagination could believe it. We have the 8 of Wands, what I think about, I bring about. And it's also fast-moving energy. So interesting how Judgment is saying, like, I need your attention. I need you in the current moment. But again, January. Allow yourself to have this rebirth, the Fool. And I feel like when I give the energy of allowance, I feel like it comes back to me very quickly. Think about your vibration. I feel like with the Eight of Wands, I have to think about what my vibration, where my vibration is at. Am I in a vibration of believing that all is possible, even if I don't know how I'm going to get there yet? Even if I don't know, but I feel like this is about trusting in divine and then taking those leaps of faith when you do see their signs, and you will. I love the Eight of Wands, by the way, and eight. Let's give the eight recognition, right? Because we're talking about a universal year eight. But I love that it's coming under the chariot because both talk about your intentions and, what you can create just through your intention alone. Well, hello, Four of Wands. So this is the marriage card, but let's just call it the commitment card. Making a commitment either to someone or even to yourself. So there are two people here. Might be more. Could be a blended family. It's interesting. Because the Four of Wands is mirroring judgment over here. A rebirth. Look at that. 8 to 4. Two fours would equal that eight. And we do want to look at the fours. When you look at any number that can be, I guess, divided by itself, look at, like if you have a life path two or a universal year two, or I'm sorry, a personal year two, you want to look at the ones, right? Those two ones that add up to the two. Same with an eight. You want to look at the fours. What's the lesson of the eight? Well, it can talk about relationships. This is making a commitment, though. I feel like I want to take one over that. Look at that. Destiny. What will be, will be. Say, what's that song? Hey, la, 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 whatever will be, will be. All right, let's look at the bottom of the deck. We have your major arcana. I find that kind of beautiful. So we have the Hierophant, your belief system. It's like lately I've been noticing the keys that the Hierophant has, and it feels like the keys to your kingdom. I feel like the keys to your kingdom lie through your faith, your belief system. Do you believe in yourself? So, we open January with the potential of some of you starting your own business, or you're already a business owner, or you can work for the man. But I feel like you're going to see yourself. At least I feel like something's going to be offered to you that let's just put it on the rise table, like that's going to rise your standing in the world, so to speak. It's because of your generosity. And I get this feeling like you're very good at knowing who to give to and who not to give to. Now, I don't know if I even mean that as like in a family member type energy, or if I mean that in the world. I feel like you're going to have real clarity though. I feel like for some of you, you may be opening up or beginning a some type of charity event. Hmm. I have a feeling that some type of love, whether it's entering your life or you've already been with someone, I have a feeling that January may find us with engagements. Like, will you be mine? Will you take this adventure with me? And then the chariot right in the middle says it's unlimited potential. Your intentions are 9/10 of the law. Destiny. Just what's meant to happen. Or another way of saying that, because not all things on your will have to happen. You have free will. But this is, to me, this feels like a soul seed of intention that's coming to fruition. So, making a commitment. Some of you getting married, some of you getting engaged, some of you may be moving in, 8 to the 4. I already saw that. I don't know why it stuck out again. Okay, so let's keep all that in mind. I want to look under the Hierophant real quick. The Nine of Swords. This is not, you know, sorry, I'm trying to move my chair. Um, I feel like what's really going to be important is to work through your fears. Don't let fear stop you from creating, if that's what's in your heart. Don't let fear take away what's already in your heart. I'm fearful, Sandy. What if I fail? Well, you may fail, but what if you don't fail? What if it goes to unimaginable places? It was weird how I said that word. What if, right? So let's keep moving. But I feel like January finds us, well, doing a couple different things. All right. We're going to bring in the Gilded Tarot, or I'm sorry, we're going to bring in the Psychic Tarot. And now we're going to look at February. February. Right. Real quick, I want to say, because I am going to put this out today. I've had a few people email me about the special I was running that I ended on, I think it was the 26th. Um, it was a buy one, get one and a personal reading. And I've had a couple of people ask me if I would still do it for them. So I am going to go ahead and do that. I think I'll extend it 1 week for the buy one, get one, and you can give one reading. It's a buy one, get one personal reading. Personal readings are very in depth. They're almost always an hour and a half to 2 hours long. And it's really answering your questions plus whatever your guides really want you to hear, maybe what you've been missing. But the second one you can give as a Christmas gift, a holiday gift. I'm fine with that. And handle it any way you want, like have them send me their questions. But if you choose to keep the second one for yourself, which I have no problem with, I am asking that you wait 4 months after your initial reading, and then anytime after that. There's no expiration date. And I'm only saying that because I feel like anytime before that, you're kind of wasting your money. And I don't want you to waste your money. So I am going to extend it. I just thought I should say that. Okay. February, the universe, the world. 21 equals 3. Joy. Hmm. Interesting. I just said joy, and then we get conflict and defeat. These may be one of those, falls. But again, it's just because there's something, conflict and defeat. It's a 5. It's asking for change. I feel like there's just some type of challenge that you're overcoming here. But I do feel like you're able to overcome it. I feel like you're able to use the wisdom of, your lessons. And I don't know. I just feel like pretty quickly you're able to overcome it. Let's keep going. Well, material and spiritual prosperity. So don't give up at the 5, because then look what comes out with the 6. Material and spiritual prosperity. I mean, how beautiful is that? First of all, the world to me does, to me anyway, it speaks about one of the most spiritual times in your life. I feel like when I reach the world's energy, I have a pretty good understanding of my spirituality. I feel like we're always learning, by the way. I feel like we'll never know it all until we cross over. Um, and maybe we're not meant to know it all. But the universe to me feels like you've already got your spirituality somewhat intact. So it's about walking hand in hand, right, with the humanness and also the spiritual part of yourself. So I feel like right off the bat, I felt like even though it says conflict, I feel like you're able to overcome this. And I feel like you're able to overcome it quickly and then move into the energy of material and spiritual prosperity. We'll take it. It's just part, like this prosperity is just part of your next chapter. It's just part of it. Look at that. Triumphant success. The Ace of Swords can be truth, like you're speaking the truth, can be your voice, communication. Some of you really have learned the art of communication. And now, listen, if you maybe have a spiritually based business and you speak about it, like I do on Tarot, right? I have to speak, but I want to speak the truth as I know it. Success, prosperity. Look at this. Fulfillment of wishes. So, Mother Mary opened your reading with blessings. Blessings from God, small and large, and new ones that always follow. It sounds like when I'm in the state of being grateful, when I'm in the state of recognizing these blessings, no matter how small, it opens me up to more blessings. I feel like the blessings are always there. It's like the signs. I feel like our guides are always sending us signs. But do we always receive them? Probably not. It's one little conflict that has the potential of keeping you out of fulfillment of wishes. It's a Nine of Cups, by the way. And it really speaks of inner harmony. It's funny because I don't know why I'm saying it's funny, but I feel like with material and spiritual prosperity and triumphant success, that alone is fulfillment of wishes. That alone. I feel like when you overcome this conflict, that is also a fulfillment of wishes. Like almost surprised, like look how easy I overcame that. Don't get stuck in a five. Because five asks for change, so don't get stuck in it. Well, hello, lovers. Card of Gemini. The lovers is ahead of a hard decision. Being mirrored by the Ace of Swords. Communication. Remember, we saw the Four of Wands in January's reading. And February February may be what you consider one of your best months. I feel January is going to be a great month too, though. I feel like this year, like 2024, I feel like it's going to be a great year for a lot of people. But you want to know what it's asking for, right? Knowing what an 8 year is calling for, helps you tremendously. Also know what your own life path number is, like what's your life path or your personal year. Like my personal year, let's see, 9, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. I'm moving into a 3. personal year. I'll take it. I'll take it. It's funny, there's a 3 right there. All right, let's keep going. So, hello, lovers. Listen, maybe being able to stand on your own 2 feet comfortably was important. I do feel like it's important. I always feel that way. But maybe that's what it's saying here. Like it was important that first you could stand on your own 2 feet, material and spiritual prosperity right above it. I get a feeling that whoever's in the lovers, it is the head of a hard decision. But I have to tell you, I also feel like it speaks about the chemistry of these 2 people. Look at them. It's like once they touch hands, forget about it. 2 6s, by the way, 66. Look at this. February is looking quite lovely. Spiritual union. So we had the 4 of Wands, right? Making the commitment. And maybe that's exactly what's happening. Maybe you find whether you even know, because remember, we had the full in January. So you may not even know who's coming towards you in love. Or you may know who's coming towards you in love. But I feel like January finds many of you making commitments to each other. And maybe this is now when we're actually, it's like getting married on Valentine's Day type of energy. This feels very good, Taurus, in not just your love life, but your financial life, your spiritual life, all of it. Look at that. And right above spiritual union, triumphant success. Sacrifice. Cardolio. Sacrifice is mirroring conflict and defeat. And maybe that's simply what it means. There's something I just need to sacrifice, something I need to let go of, something that can potentially hold me down a little bit. And I've got to know that. Trapped in fear. Interesting because it doesn't even feel like it fits. How interesting. There's my son's birthday, 8/12. Trapped in fear over what? Over these soulmates. It is a number 8. And I have to tell you, this is one of those energies where we have to look at this. This is a self-created prison. I'm trying to protect myself. From what? Well, chances are love. Why? Chances are things with, maybe multiple people didn't go so well. We all know that, right? We've all been there. I'm going to take one right over that. Foundation and achievements. 8 to the 4. Where I saw that somewhere else. Maybe that was in January. I feel like what this is saying is what's the last thing I said? Well, I keep saying the last thing I said. Get comfortable with success. Share the love, share the wealth. But there's something else I'm thinking of. Oh, I know what I was thinking of. Again, this year is calling for us to look back at the last 7 years and know what we can know, learn what we can learn, and let go what we can let go of. The 8 of Swords, I'm not letting go. I'm carrying that energy with me. Don't do that. You know, I don't mean to be so abrupt, but I don't want to like this energy, the Eight of Swords, a self-created prison. Can it affect all this beauty? Yes, it can. Now, maybe it just slows it down. But sometimes I feel like, does it mean that sometimes I miss opportunities? I don't know how I cannot mean that. All right, let's look at the bottom of the deck. The Fool, New Beginnings, which is beautiful right next to the universe, right? The next chapter. This is the next chapter. Like it or not, here we come. New beginning, material and spiritual prosperity, triumphant success, fulfillment of wishes, spiritual union, harmony. Then we look at trapped in fear, conflict and defeat. Those really are only the two elements. So no one can uncreate this prison except for you. Or listen, maybe it's the other person. I feel like the biggest hmm, how can I uncreate this? I need to think about my own foundation. I need to think about, am I able to stand on my own 2 feet? Do I feel comfortable standing on my own 2 feet? I need to break down why I'm fearful of love and find a way to overcome it. You know, I feel in no way is this speaking about anyone of the past who would not be good for you, would stop your material prosperity, would stop fulfillment of wishes. I don't feel like anybody negative is coming towards you. Now, if they are, that's more the reason why you don't want to be in these self-created prisons, right? You want to learn to trust your energy. Trust your energy. Like as it relates to love, because there's a lot of love on the board right now. Sometimes when you're uncomfortable in love, then you take it slow. It doesn't have to mean that like, boom, we're in love. But I feel like that kind of began in January. So I feel like you meet someone in January. I feel like ultimately, maybe they're asking for a commitment. Maybe you're fearful of that. Maybe it takes you a month to think about it, which is your right. I just want to take it from the bottom. And I just want to bring one more. Look at that wisdom. Use your wisdom, not your fear. Use your wisdom. What you already know. Yes, sometimes love doesn't work out. But then we need to know, okay, I feel like if we take it step by step, and if something's not, if we feel like, first of all, you got to free yourself from this self-created prison because you can't trust your energy in that prison. Like free yourself from that and then learn to trust within your own energy, your faith. But I feel like there's nothing to fear here. And I'm just hoping you're able to break down that door. All right, let's move into March. Keeping, what do we have? We have the lovers and we have the soulmates. We have triumph, success, material and spiritual prosperity, and right in the middle, fulfillment of wishes. I often feel 9 is singular. And what I mean by that is, we may not be with anyone, But we're in a very good place in this energy because we have inner harmony. And inner harmony, listen, it rules the day. When you have inner harmony, anything that comes towards you, you'll know. Good, bad, yes, no. You'll know very quickly. But I do feel like everything, to have the best success, finding that inner harmony first, kind of gives you a better guarantee of things working out in your favor. Again, don't forget the rise, the falls and the rises, right? And when you're down, remember that you're going to come back up, but you got to allow yourself, right? Free yourself and watch how you rise. Okay, let's move into March, keeping the lovers, the soulmate. It actually says soulmate union and fulfillment of wishes. I mean, everything was great. All right, well, not everything. March, what's that saying? In like a lamb, out like a lion, or in like a lion, out like a lamb? No, go the other way. March. March. We will take you. Just get comfortable again. Okay. Hello, Ace of Pentacles. Hello, Governor. Ace of Pentacles. Beautiful. Something's coming into your physical world and it's going to expand it. When I think of an ace, I think of a seed. And I can do whatever I want with this seed. I can nurture it and watch it expand, or I can ignore it and watch it dry up and die. Interesting, it's like Hercules is holding up this pentacle. And I feel like it's speaking about like how far you've come and your spiritual and earthly muscles. And now I don't mean physical muscles. Well, I mean it can for some, but I feel like it's just talking about how far you've come. Queen of Cups can be I was going to say a Virgo, can be a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Two of Pentacles, interesting. Do I want to share my pentacle with the Queen? Two of Wands, I think I do. Nine of Wands. Hello, King of Cups. Queen and King of Cups in the same spread. They are connected. They're connected by the Two of Pentacles. They're also connected on the Nine of Wands. For some of you, I feel like, now I know we're doing Taurus, but if you follow me, you know that when I read, like I'll give you the signs, and then I forget about the signs and I think of their energy. So I do feel like you are either the Queen or the King here. And I feel like this is talking about like-minded energy. Both these people, feel best within a relationship, a good relationship. Why? Because they value partnership. They value partnership. Now, the Nine of Wands is also a card that they're sharing. So the Nine of Wands speaks about my own responsibility. So, maybe this is someone that I used to know. Maybe it didn't turn out perfectly, but both are in the energy of reflection. Now, if this is someone I feel like at this point, you know them. The Nine of Wands really is each of them looking at their own individual responsibilities. Now, maybe together or like in their own lives. And it's interesting because it's nine, which is really the end of a cycle. He's looking right over at the Two of Wands with the Ace of Pentacles right above it. Both the Queen and the King are looking forward, like towards the future. Let's keep going. Well, hello, Fool. I think it's been in every one of your spreads. Take a chance. Take a chance on me. Take a chance on you. Nine of Pentacles. Wow. This is beautiful because the Nine of Pentacles speaks about successful self-employment. And it's interesting because if you add this pentacle to the Nine of Pentacles, we do come out with the Ten of Pentacles. I wouldn't be surprised if some of you find yourself working with someone who ultimately becomes a partner, a lover, a love, not just a lover, but a love. Look at that, the Eight of Swords again in the exact same position. Now it's mirrored by the Fool. Two nines, by the way, I just realized. One speaks of reflection, one's own responsibility. How did I get here? But it's not about judgment because it's really like, like how I have grown through my experiences. That's what the Nine of Wands means. Like I've grown and I am taking like full responsibility of my actions, my part. But again, looking right at that Two of Wands, like let's open up this path. Let's begin to walk down it. I feel like it's the Queen and King because the Fool is right here. Let's take a leap of faith on each other. Somebody's afraid to do that though. So let's take one card over that. That's the King of Pentacles. Interesting. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Nine of Pentacles is the card of Virgo, by the way. But it's probably you. It's not too often that the King of Pentacles would be in the Eight of Swords energy. And one of the reasons why is this king's got the ability to really look down at his life and see the big picture of it all. So creating these prisons is not comfortable type of energy. I feel like if I'm creating this prison, then I'm doing it because I am trying to separate myself from people. And maybe that's what you've been doing, but now it's like time to get back into the world. Time to get back into the world. Let's take one more over that. Justice. Okay, well, card of Libra. But it can talk about cutting ties. It can talk about a divorce. But it can also talk about an old divorce, old cutting of ties, and maybe things didn't go as well as you had hoped. But, I often feel like we don't understand like why certain things end until down the road, until we can have like so much more clarity over it. So justice is about cutting ties. I'm hoping the ties that I'm cutting are that of the Eight of Swords. Let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. Six of Swords. Beautiful. So, this is you looking at what's toxic in your life. And again, it's that Eight of Swords right now. It's the only, I guess, negative. I don't know. It's the only difficult energy that's on the board right now. So I'm looking at all aspects of my life and what is toxic to my growth, what's toxic to my life, what's toxic to my heart. It's the understanding of it and then the ending of it. Six of Swords, I'm moving away from it. Doesn't always mean a physical move. A lot of times I feel like it's talking about our own thought system, though. Now, our thought system can go array, but sometimes I feel like it's other people's, like, their ideas or their voice that gets stuck in our head. See what's under that. Page of Swords. All right. So let's look at this one more time. So we have March, the Ace of Pentacles, right off the bat. Right off the bat. So again, another opportunity to enhance your life. I feel like as it relates to your money, Taurus, I feel like what you need will be there. And I'm not talking about like, again, I'm not putting limits on anything, but I just mean that I feel like, listen, first of all, I feel like if you want to create your own business, the universe is showing you over and over again or giving you opportunities. Each month is giving you an opportunity. But maybe this is the month where you're really starting to see the fruits of your labor. I just want to look at the full. Look at this, the Palace of Pentacles. Well, that feels like riches. Someone asked me what the palace means in this deck, and I'm going to be honest, I don't read the books. And the reason I don't read the books is I want to use my own intuition. So I feel like a palace is an energy that, like ultimately we want to reach, like Palace in the skies. Definitely the house of abundance. And you have all the makings to have this house of abundance. I have a feeling this is where we're going to see everything come together. Now, this is just the first part of the year. But still, I feel like this is where we're going to see a lot of things come together. I shouldn't say everything, but a lot. So like the universe has your back over and over again. The only thing you need to do is get out of the way. If you're in that Eight of Swords, like get out of the universe's way, get out of your spiritual team's way, be willing to take that leap of faith. I'm telling you that that leap of faith can ultimately bring you success, abundance, and love, commitment. I have a feeling somebody here may have asked someone else, if we go back 1 month, we ended with what, the Four of Wands, or very close to it, that commitment type energy. I feel like that's where a little bit of the fear factor comes in. This king over here, one of these kings may have been someone who maybe you divorced, maybe you cut ties to, and I feel like if you cut ties to someone who, caused you to create this type of prison, then cut those ties for good. Like I thought I cut the ties. Well, you didn't cut the ties if you're still thinking about it, if you're still, like done taking chances. And I'm not telling you to do anything you don't want to do. Maybe you don't want to move out of the Eight of Swords. Then don't. But look at everything. You know, look at March. We did January, February, March, and look where March finds you. Yes, the Fool, but ultimately to the Palace of Pentacles. That's more than abundant. That may be another reason why I wrote down share the love, share the wealth. Because here, there's definitely wealth that you can share. And I feel like it goes right back to January's first card, the Six of Pentacles. And that is where you're sharing the wealth. Maybe that's where your compassion and your empathy is really building up. Because maybe I don't have the wealth to share right off the bat, but ultimately you will. You will. And then you do what you want with it. But I feel, it just feels like it's like a cycle of money comes in and I share. More money comes in and I share. Like it feels like the more that I give, the more I receive. The more I give, the more I receive. I feel like ultimately March is just saying no more prisons. You don't need them. All that does is block opportunities. You always have the opportunity to say no to something. So know that, or yes. Free your mind, and the rest will follow. Color blind, don't be so shallow. Page of Swords under there. Temperance, divine timing. Divine timing. Okay. I feel like I just want to take one more under this. The High Priestess, or the Priestess. It's your intuition. And that's exactly what I felt with this Eight of Swords. Like we've got to learn to trust our own intuition instead of creating barriers. If anything, if you, and let's go back to material and spiritual prosperity, I think was in February. If you have spiritual prosperity, then you know that these self created prisons of our human mind are not needed. Your energy is everything. Trusting in your energy, your intuition, that first instinct that as humans, we start to overthink it. It's got something written there. The key to all mystery. Darkness into darkness. The key to all mystery. Not sure what that means. Anyways, intuition. Just allow all this to come toward you. And why? Because you deserve it. You're hard workers. I know that. Um, and I know you care for people deeply, though sometimes I feel like people read you wrong, because you do have a very stoic type. And I know it's not everyone, but, and some people can read that as like they can get put off by that, but I don't feel like that's how you mean it. Um, and I don't know why I'm bringing that up right now. I don't know. Ultimately, your intuition is everything. All right, let's read. Oh, I got the book buried. Let's read Blessings by Mother Mary. All right. You received this card as a reminder of the power of gratitude. Perhaps you've been feeling sorry for yourself lately, or feeling as if God has forgotten about you. Mother Mary reminds you that your prayers are answered in many different ways and guides you to notice all the gifts and blessings that you already have. Sometimes shifting your focus from what's wrong to what's right can make you notice new blessings that had previously been overlooked. This is a card of optimism, asking you to purposefully and consciously focus upon everything and everyone that you're grateful for. You can make a mental or written list daily, ideally, to train your mind to notice all the gifts you already have. By doing so, you're more likely to notice the new ones coming your way. This card also signals that new blessings are entering your life as answered prayers. Amen. New blessings are entering your life as answered prayers. The one thing I'd want to say, though, with that is when our prayers are answered, they may look differently than what we asked for, but they're answered in a way that is only beneficial for us. So it could be answered in ways that we never even thought of. But your prayers are being answered. Keep your intentions strong, optimistic. Know that you can create true success for yourself. This is the year. This is the year. This isn't a year that's like all about love and what have you. However, love is coming up in everybody's reading. Well, I've only done two of you so far. Both of you have a lot of love. And I guess if I'm going to reach the Palace of Pentacles, I don't want to be alone there. I don't want to be alone in that. I mean, I'll be alone if I have to. Walk that whole palace all by myself. But I feel like this is really talking about the accumulation of everything coming together. All right, Taurus, I'm going to leave it there. Again, keep your eyes open because then we'll break down. We'll do April, May, and June. It's funny. I'm trying to think how the signs go for the months. So we'll do spring. All right. I'm gonna let that be. I love you guys. This is one of those readings where I would say download it, keep it in your back pocket, because some things don't make sense until other things start to begin. And then it's like, oh, now I get it. So kind of just keep it in your back pocket. I'm doing them a little early, but I'm doing them so that everybody can have them by time because we're very close. It's right around the corner. So just trying to help you as much as I can. All right, I'm going to let that be. I love you guys. Thank you. I thank you for your donations, just keeping my channel alive. I wouldn't be here without you. I wouldn't be on YouTube without you, that's for sure. Thank you for your comments. I love reading your comments for myself, but I also love your comments for others because I feel like it helps others. And also look at other comments because, I feel like the more you respond to each other, I don't know, I just get this feeling of like maybe friends being made. I don't know. Every once in a while, I get that with comments. Like when I think about comments, I get like, are like-minded people coming together under the comment section, and like because I have men and female and women. So anyway, I'll let that be. Just thank you for every way that you help my channel. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for watching the ads. That, if you can't afford to donate, watching the ads help greatly. Yeah. And I'm going to stop talking. I love you. I will see you next time at our table. Bye-bye.